welcome to Broken Hungry. My name is Kara Eaton and you are cooking with Kara. So you've come back from Christmas break and it's time to maybe get a little in shape. How are you gonna do that? You're gonna do that with Cooking with Kara. We're gonna show you some recipes today that'll give you a good hearty meal because it is cold, it is winter, but that will also suit your resolutions. So we wanna give you some healthy alternatives that cover all the food groups. So today we've got aspects from all of the different food groups for you. We're gonna start off with our healthy casserole. Now our healthy casserole, this is also an easy recipe. It has only 7 ingredients. We have a can of diced tomatoes. We have a cup of elbow pasta. We have some fresh dill, but you can also use basil in case you have that around your house. You have some mustard, some pepper, some cheese, and some cornflakes. So today we're gonna start by making our casserole sauce. You've got your can of tomatoes and you're going to add half a teaspoon of dill. I've got fresh dill here today, which is actually a lot better than dried dill, but you can use dried basil if you'd like. And I'm just eyeballing it here because half a teaspoon isn't very much at all. Let's break it up. I've actually never made this recipe with dill. I've always made it with basil, so I'm excited to see how it turns out today. So we've added our dill, and we're going to add just a half a teaspoon as well of mustard. I don't want any of that runny gunk coming out of there. That's about half a teaspoon. A pinch of pepper. Perfect, so that's actually all the ingredients to our sauce. Now we're gonna boil our elbow pasta. All right, so we've boiled our pasta and we have our sauce now. I'm just gonna make sure this is all stirred up. My roommate always gets mad at me because she's Italian and I can't remember how to say pasta. Is it pasta or pasta? But she gets mad at me regardless and I forget what the real Italian way is. So you want to add your cheese to the sauce. Now we've got about a cup of shredded cheese. And then you can add your cheesy tomato mixture to your pasta. Now you can also at this point add pieces of chicken or pieces of leftover turkey. You could add even meatballs, I would say would be delicious. Anything like that you can bake in at this point. So just stir it all up here. You can use a casserole dish if you have one. I actually don't have one here today, and we are students, so you need to improvise sometimes. I've used a glass pot. Okay, and then the last step is to add cornflakes. I've crushed up probably about a half a cup here, and the recipe actually says you should use 2 tablespoons, but I'm gonna go a little crazy. I'm gonna use a little bit more. Just add that to the top. Let's take the spoon out. All right, I've got the oven preheating at 180 or 350. And we're gonna put the casserole in for just about half an hour, but keep your eye on it because you don't want the cornflakes on the top to burn. All right, let's put it in. So while our casserole is baking, we're gonna make our side dishes, and we're going to make a salad and some garlic toast to go alongside. So today we've got a really simple recipe again. We've got some baby spinach, some goat's cheese, some blueberries, some maple balsamic dressing, some cranberries, and some pralined almonds. So you can also switch up your salads, and like I said before in an earlier episode, your salad can be a Build-A-Bear as well. Now blueberries, I would recommend buying only if they're in season. So you should be able to tell by the prices at the grocery store. If you can get them for 2 for $5 or some sort of deal like that, then it's definitely a better buy. If not, go for whatever's on sale, like strawberries are also good in a salad, and you could put those in as well. So we've got our blueberries in there. Let's break up our goat's cheese. Goat's cheese is really soft, so you want to break it up just so that you're not overwhelmed with mushy bites of goat's cheese. Let's break her up. This is also something that this recipe is really simple. Let's do our cranberries next. So dried cranberries will work. It's going to add a little bit of sweetness to the salad. But these are also optional, so in case you don't like cranberries, you can exclude them. and some pralined nuts. You don't have to use almonds like we're doing today. You could use as well any other type of almond or nut basically. And you can make and praline your own if you feel like doing that as well. We've just bought ours today though. That looks pretty good. Just adds a little crunch to your salad. All right, and now our dressing. So we have maple balsamic vinaigrette. If you don't have maple balsamic vinaigrette or anything like it, you can improvise. So you could use an Italian dressing, or you could even just use balsamic vinegar, or even try maple dressing. It'll add a little bit of flavor to it. So let's drizzle this on top. Perfect, it looks delicious. So we're going to start our garlic bread, and to do a sort of healthy addition, we're going to rub garlic onto toast. So we've also bought a slightly fancier bread because we do want to spice up our meals a little bit. So we've got focaccia bread today. You can buy any fresh bread from the bakery, and I would buy little buns like this instead of buying a whole loaf, because you're going to be able to waste a little bit less, and it's going to be a little bit more interesting. So we're going to pop these in the toaster and then add our garlic. So we pulled our toast out of the toaster, and we're going to add olive oil and our garlic now. So let's brush a little bit of olive oil on top. Again, I always like to use olive oil because it's a healthier fat than, say, canola oil or vegetable oil. Having a healthy fat in your meals actually enables your metabolism to burn faster. So adding things like olive oil to this garlic bread is actually going to stimulate your metabolism. So we've sliced off the end of a garlic clove, and what we're going to do is actually just rub the garlic clove onto the toast, and what you'll get is maybe not necessarily garlic chunks onto your toast like you might see regular garlic toast, but you'll get an aroma, and it's actually a much better taste. So let's rub it on there. Just rub the one end that you've cut off of the garlic piece onto the toast, and it'll sort of it'll sound a little bit like a cheese grater because you're grating the soft garlic onto the toast, the crunchy toast. Don't push too hard because you don't want to squish it though. This is also why you may want to buy a different type of bread like focaccia, because it's going to have the right crispiness and texture for something like this. Perfect. So as you can see, I've used about half of the clove, and it's grated down pretty well there. Perfect. So our casserole should be about ready. Let's get everything together and enjoy our meal. So wrapping up our healthy New Year's edition of Broken Hungry, we have our 3 dishes, our homemade garlic bread, we have our salad option, and our healthy casserole. With these 3 options, you should be able to keep your New Year's resolutions and keep tabs on what's going into your mouth this year.